Hi, this is Scott, and I'm from Shareist, and I'm going to give you a quick but full overview on how to get started with Shareist. So first things first, I'm going to sign in. I've already created an account. And here is the global dashboard in Shareist. It's where you can control all your projects, connect up with social media accounts and channels, blogs, email service providers, and also install your bookmark list. That's what we're going to do first. First, you can see here all the different types of accounts you can connect up to. To do that, you can click Manage Your Connections here, or most things are available here in the User menu. I'm going to click Connect Accounts. And here you can connect up content management systems, social networks, email service providers, and also a bunch of what we call streams, which is third-party kind of bookmarking tools or content tools that you can use to pull content into Shareist. I'm just going to quickly connect a Twitter account. Okay, so now I've got a Twitter account connected. I can connect up Buffer, Facebook, LinkedIn, blogs. Next, let's get the bookmarklet installed. This will allow you to capture web pages as you're browsing around. This can either be done as a bookmarklet, which you can drag this bookmarklet into your toolbar, or install a Chrome extension if you're using Chrome. Here's the Chrome extension already installed. Makes it easy to capture content from around the web. Okay, so now let's just go back to the dashboard and create a project. In Shareist, content is broken up into projects. For most people, that's a website or a blog. And if you have multiple websites, you might want to have multiple projects. Project can also just be a topic. So if you manage multiple topics, you can create multiple projects. A lot of people also manage clients' social media and content marketing through Shareist, and they create a project per client. However you think of content and break it up, that might be how you want to break up your projects. To create a project, just click that right there, and we're going to just need to enter in a little bit of data. I'm going to have a project about cycling. The short name is kind of a subdomain. You can use Shareist project as a website if you want. You don't have to, and that becomes the subdomain for that project. Otherwise, it's just a code that we use in Shareist for your project. And finally, put in a few keywords, and this will allow Shareist to go ahead and gather some content based on those keywords. We'll see that in a bit. So I'm going to create this project, back out to the global dashboard. Now I have a project created, and it shows here in my project list. This is the project dashboard, and it's kind of the home base for managing this particular project. You can see the project name up here in this menu. You can cycle between different projects by using that menu if you have multiple ones. Here you can see your team. You can have collaborators. You can invite people into your project to work on it. And here's all the activity that goes on in your project. This will all be empty for you as with a new project like it is here. Now Shareist has basically three areas. First being research, second social, and third publishing. And these three areas are accessed through these first three menu items. So let's first talk about Shareist research. Now Shareist allows you to capture ideas, links, videos, tweets, text ideas, anything that you want to capture to use for content either immediately or in the future. So by capturing ideas into the inbox, you can then take those ideas, whether it's a link or whether it's just text, and do one of two things with it. You can share it and schedule it to social media, and you can add it to a page in the Shareist Publish section. And those are the two other areas of Shareist. Right now we've got nothing in our inbox. Let's get some content in here. So let's get some content into our inbox. There are basically three ways to do that. We can capture content immediately with the Add to Inbox. I can put text, images, video, documents, quotes, links, anything directly into the inbox. And so I can just quickly add some text into the inbox. And here it is. I can also capture a URL, a link from another website. So let's take a look at this and use the Chrome extension or bookmarklet to pull that content in. So here Shareist went and got some images from the page. Here's the best one, some text from the page. I can add some notes, and I'm just going to save it into I can tag it. And I'm going to save it into the inbox. And so here are these two things I just added into the inbox. The third way to get content into your inbox is to use the Content Discovery tab. Now, since I put some keywords in, Shareist has now got some content ready for me to look at. When I created this project, I put in a few keywords, and they were added as sources. Now, you can also add a blog RSS feeds. So for example, I can take this URL and add that as a source. And that will update and become part of this stream as well. If I connect in third-party bookmarking tools like Pocket and Read It Later and Kipt, those will also appear here on these tabs. So these are not in Shareist yet. This is just basically a feed reader. And if I see something that I want to add, I can just click Share and Save and save that into the inbox. So now here we've added 3 things into the inbox. Once content is in your inbox, then you can do things with it like share it to social media and add it to pages. So you can also filter the inbox. I can see everything that I have not shared yet, for example, which is everything that I've added so far. Let's say I wanted to share this to my Twitter account. So I click the share button, and this loads up the sharing screen. Now, I haven't connected Facebook and LinkedIn and other social networks, but I have connected Twitter. And so now I can select my Twitter account. I can select multiple Twitter accounts if I've had them connected. Here's the tweet text that I got. I can edit this. I think I want to take the title out of there. And I can just choose when to share it. I can share it now and additional times in the future. So now I'll share. This will be shared right now, tomorrow, and the next day. Click Share. This has been now shared to Twitter directly. It's also been scheduled a few times in the future. You can see all that here. And here it is on Twitter. I can continue share it again to Facebook and LinkedIn and go through this process again for a few different networks. And when I'm done, close this out. Now at this point, I can see this activity in the social tab. I can see what I have shared already, which is this one thing that was just done. And I can see what's been scheduled and review what's been scheduled in the future, which is this post twice to Twitter. There are also reports that give me some stats on what happened. This has been clicked twice since I posted it. And in this reports page, you can search, filter, and sort based on different criteria like dates and time frames, engagement stats, most clicks, retweets, etc. on the different social networks. The third part of Shareist is publishing. So while I can share this content out to my social media channels, keeping them active and consistent with interesting information that I've been finding from around the web. I can also use this content to create bigger content like blog posts, email newsletters, even PDFs and ebooks. So the page interface is where you can add pages, edit them just like blog posts. You can also create pages starting with a piece of content. So say I wanted to write about this post. I can add it to a page. And here we are on the page builder, ready to create this content with a link to this link element that I added in here. And I can just add some content in here, text, and keep creating content like this. Makes a nice clean page. I can drag and drop, move stuff around, add images, add more links, add video, add text, anything I want. I can even pull in some content from here, from my inbox. So when my page is done, I can then publish it. Click on the Publish tab. And here are all the CMS, blogs, email service providers that I've got connected to my account. I've got this project created, configured as a website. So Shareist is available here as an option. It's private right now. I can make it public and it will be visible on that URL. I've also got a WordPress blog connected. It can be a self-hosted or a WordPress.com blog. And it pulls in the authors and categories from the blog itself. I'll just publish this there quickly. So I can take this page, publish it to WordPress without actually having to leave Shareist. I can do this all from one place. And here it is on WordPress, this page I just created. And if I can share it, so here's that same sharing interface that we saw before, but it will share that page I just published rather than the direct URL that we looked at earlier. And I can also export this content and use it in places in maybe that we don't have a connection to, like Aweber or some other blog platform that maybe we don't support yet. Just click the export newsletter or HTML button, grab this code and drop it wherever you need it. You can also export your content as a PDF file. And here it is in a PDF format. Next is the calendar, which gives you an overall view of all of the activity that you've got going on in Shareist, from content captured to your inbox, which are elements. We'll hide those, clean things up a little bit. Also pages, shares, and blogging activity. So here you can see the 3 tweets that I created today. One's already sent, 2 are scheduled, and also the page I just published to WordPress. You can also invite collaborators into Shareist, team members who you want to have help you with social media, blogging, editing, managing your content marketing strategy along with you. And you can add in new team members either here by clicking on the Add button or in the project menu, Collaborators. Just click Add a new collaborator, put in their email address and the role you want them to be in as. And then when they accept, they'll have access to your project from their own dashboard. You can also communicate with your team in the message center and just have conversations about content You can also communicate with your team by commenting on elements and commenting on pages. So there are three ways of having conversations within Shareist, because when you're collaborating with a team, communication is just as important as the content itself. So there you have it. That's the basic overview of Shareist. You can start with research, share stuff to social media through connected social media accounts, and then create some content to publish to blogs, email newsletters, and even PDFs and ebooks. Manage it all in the calendar, invite a team if you have one, and communicate with them in the message center. And please let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.